does.
One of us can.
Oh yeah, I can just do it.
I should probably log in as well. That might help. There we go. Come on. Load fast. There we go. We're in an ad break. Hold on, I don't consent to this.
I hope this isn't a stomp. I hope they pull out something like, just somehow.
No, I actually want Loki's team to lose, but
Yeah.
it's like
I want it to be a
want
good
things to be
game.
interesting. I want people to be on edge, you know.
I want to see the underdog win, but I just,
Pog, 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 pog.
it's a rough one. Honestly, if they draft well, though, if they just draft a really basic, easy comp, it's free.
I just want to see Cloud smurfing on the Lee Sin.
I would like to see that, but I'm not sure it will happen.
Wow.
I don't. No. I mean, he doesn't. I don't think he
He's
wants
not
to
gonna
play
pick
Lee
it,
Sin.
yeah.
Nah, fair enough.
He has to pick like a carry champ. Maybe the Graves or something.
Alrighty, there we go. Yeah, I am what I thought I was. Alrighty, we are just waiting for Team 3 and 5 to get in, and then we'll be starting the game. Alrighty, stream is all up and good to go. Deepak, are you joining us, or are you just chilling in here for a bit?
I'll definitely once you guys start talking.
Alright, easy.
4's a bit chaotic.
Yeah, that's a bit much. You got a couple of minutes still. Hopefully, no one's in a solo queue game. Siphon, looking at you.
Stupid ass Siphon.
Dude, that was so funny.
I think someone's in a normal game.
Oh god damn it! Actually.
Yeah, Mykon's in a 34-minute normal game.
These people. Stream Siphon solo queue game. Oh yeah, if I want to.
Nice.
Boggle just putting in chat, what team number am I? Boggle's confused.
Wait, did you start the stream?
Yeah, stream's up now.
Yeah,
Oh shit, okay. Nice.
Good start already.
Big Boggle in the chat, nice.
Oh, I'm gonna once the game starts, I'll stream it to Discord so you guys can properly see.
Cool.
Right, so who are we missing? Who's in a normal game?
Oh no, he's done. Mykon's done. He was
Oh, alright, that's good. He FF'd.
We're waiting on. Hell yeah. I don't know who we're waiting on. Loki's
in.
Siphon? Is he playing?
Siphon's in spectator. I don't think he's on any of the teams, is he?
Yeah, no, he is. He's on.
Everybody's in. Everybody's in. Yeah.
They just gotta order up.
Just waiting for everyone to order up. Oh, they're doing the coin. They're going the coin flip. That's why.
Yeah.
My team can't type. Good start.
Classic league client.
Oh, have you guys been checking your log files?
Dude, mine was at 45 gigs yesterday.
Mine was 76.
Oh my goodness! You got mine was 26 the other day. Although I had a 48 one once. The first round, mine was 48. Like this client is hilarious. So many memory leaks.
Holy, it's just insane. Like every time they update it, it just breaks the game
worse.
Further. Yeah.
I miss the old client. Like it was so simple and it worked.
It was good, man. Yeah. I don't know why they changed it.
I mean, I understand why they wanted to make it look better because it was out of date. You know, it did need an update. But I don't understand why they removed everything that was good in it. Like they took away all the solid framework for this new client that's just breaking itself apart every couple of patches.
Yeah, so every patch.
Every couple of patches, bro. That's
no, you're right. Yeah, that is generous.
It's a bit earlier than that.
every patch.
Every patch it gets worse.
It's just broken.
Probably give it like twice a patch. Before and after, mate.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, one patch goes smoothly, but that's like once or twice a season tops.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Clouds is on blue.
Nice. Die hard Mel fans.
Were they just spamming rock, paper, scissors? My brain feels like I've been eating glue for the last 3 hours. Boggle, what are you doing, buddy? Why are you...
So this is gonna be a good one. Hell yeah, I'm hyped.
Boggle's been having a little bit too much fun. Because there's a lot of people in here. Because they have to... Yeah, I get it. Alright, no one invite him back. Pranked.
Wait, is that it?
No, I think they're still going. They're still going.
Oh no, they're still sorting. Okay. Okay.
Now Loki can come back.
Alright, let's have a look.
There we go. I think everyone's ready. Alright guys, welcome to another game of the Scuff Cast. Yev, our usual host, is unavailable today. He's a bit preoccupied. So instead you've got me, Gnoot hosting with Gussinator and Thida. Say hi, boys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Game 1 should be getting underway, or the only game should be getting underway pretty soon.
What are your predictions for who's going to win this one?
I mean, I want to see Clouds get up and win, but I mean, Boggle and Loki are just pretty insane duo, so we'll have to see.
If we're going off just like the players, I have to say I'm more in favor of Boggle and Loki. But that being said, I do want to see Clouds just pop off.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see the underdog win, but yeah, Loki and Boggle are a pretty strong duo. But we'll see. You never know. See how the draft goes.
All right, we're underway.
What do you think are going to be like the bans for police side? I'm thinking there'll definitely be like bans targeted at Boggle and Loki.
Yeah, well, there's the Nautilus ban for Loki already.
I'm gonna guess for Khan's gonna be the next ban, and then maybe a mid lane champ, maybe the LeBlanc or something.
Do you think they ban the Lee Sin away?
From Clouds?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, yeah, we've seen Clouds on the Lee Sin. He's pretty damn crazy. It's definitely worth a ban, but it's, you know,
It's a little LeBlanc.
has he been playing it a lot lately is the question.
Yeah. Guess we'll see.
So far, got the Nautilus and LeBlanc bans out for blue side, and just the Kai'Sa ban out on the red side. And the Vladimir ban for Siphon, yeah, fair enough. We saw him in solo queue the other week when he was a bit late to one of the games, whipping out the Vladimir, and it was pretty clean. Definitely worth the ban.
And there's the Rakan ban.
There
As
it is.
predicted.
Okay.
Poor Loki. What do you reckon Loki's going to jump onto this game then?
I think something with Rome, so probably the Bard.
Ooh,
I'm guessing,
yes.
but something with a lot of roam. He's just gonna, he's gonna leave the ADC in the lane. He's just gonna roam permanently. So something with mobility.
Oh, and the Hecarim ban out. Yeah, Hecarim's pretty strong right now. He can easily run away with games if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And the I was gonna say, are we gonna see the Caitlyn first pick?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
She's so great right now. There's no reason to not
Not
first
really
pick
any counter pick. You have to pick like Jhin can match it in lane, but yeah, it's the only really like decent pick into it. Everything else is just gonna get smacked in lane.
You've got the Ashe as well, but is that really so much as a counter pick? Is just an answer?
It's like decent, but it's like you're gonna lose lane still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a fine pick, but yeah, you still lose lane. Yeah, Jin's a good pick, yeah. You can go toe to toe. You can clear the waves with the Caitlyn, so definitely a good pick. Probably want Leona or
something that can easily engage.
You want to
onto the Kate.
engage. You want to engage on the support. Even Alistar's actually really good here.
We've got the Fiddlesticks here.
Pretty good combo.
Fiddlesticks is probably pretty good if they go for a team fight comp as well, with the Fiddlesticks coming out of the wall. Ah, of course.
Yeah,
Cloud's
the
looking
Graves.
at the Graves.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's a good pickup for sure.
If he runs the Smite Ignite Graves as well, he can just run down the Fiddlesticks in the jungle.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to play
pick.
against.
It's good scaling as well.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, and the Braum.
Okay, that's interesting.
Are we gonna see the lethal tempo Caitlyn? I hope not.
It's not bad. I mean, Fleet gives you a bit more mobility, but the tempo does scale better.
Yeah, I feel like lethal tempo with Braum would be fine. Like, it's a good combo, but I feel like overall you want Fleet a bit more. Just
Yeah, going into the Warwick and the Fiddle's pretty.
Yeah, that's gonna be the Warwick top for Nikolai.
Okay.
Hugh, what are your thoughts for the next couple bans?
Well, since they've picked up the Graves, there's no reason to really ban out any more jungle, so I guess they're just going to be targeting out the mid laner and the top lane on blue side. The question is, what do they ban? Because, well, actually, if we're to think about, like, what are they going to pick top into Warwick? I don't even, like, really know that matchup.
Yeah, I guess they just go for, like, a tank pick, or you go for the Kled. Kled's actually really good into Warwick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about Warwick, like, yeah, sorry, you go.
Yeah. No, you go.
Like, the thing about the Warwick top is, no matter what you pick in, you're always just going to kind of lose the trades because of his Q. He'll always just Q you at the end and you've lost the trade. It's like, ah, crap.
Yeah, it has pretty good sustain. You just got to pick something to scale it. Like, as long as you don't, like, lose early game and, like, int it, then you're just going to outscale the Warwick pretty hard.
100%, yeah.
So, I don't know. I just pick scaling or a tank. Can't really do much.
Yeah, so I think for blue side, I wouldn't be surprised if they picked up a Syndra, because it's Siphon's second most played mid laner.
Well, they've already banned the Syndra away from the first ban.
Yeah, they've just banned it then, so...
Okay.
I must not fall.
Oh,
There's a Leona ban.
That's actually a pretty smart ban.
Yeah, you don't want Leona jumping on Caitlyn. That's a bad day for her.
They're gonna go engage. I think Loki picks the Alistar possibly.
What if we're all wrong and it's the Fiddlestick support?
Well,
Could you imagine
that would
that?
be the last one.
there we go.
There's the Alistair. Damn it! Come on, Loki.
Read him like a book.
That's really good roams, and it synergizes so well with the Jhin.
I feel like they're gonna need a beefy mid laner though on red side if they're gonna like round out their comp, because they got to burn through a Braum and an Ornn as well.
I'm pretty sure Bogle just picks a Nivea here.
Yeah, Nivea would make a lot of sense actually. Is it viable for Fiddlesticks to pick up a Leandri's at any stage?
I mean,
Possibly,
you can. It's not
actually
ideal.
bad. I feel like it'd be alright after the Zonyas if you.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not ideal, but
Ooh,
it does
Talon.
work. It's not, as long as you're not sacrificing your like a Zhonya's or something for it. It's perfectly viable.
I think they've drafted kind of poorly. The Talon pick here means they're all AD.
Yeah.
They have no magic damage now.
I feel like they had a good comp, they just needed an AP user. The Talons like really let the comp down.
If I'm
because-
Warwick,
Yeah.
you go.
Now Warwick and Alistar can just optimize for free, and if they
Yeah.
do
Well, the
pick up
Cass,
Cass
yeah,
and Fiddlesticks, they're both Hourglass users.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Yeah.
really rough
So-
for blue side. Oh,
Oh.
placeholder.
Yep,
rage
unless
quit.
it's a placeholder.
Oh,
It would make a lot more
okay, it's
sense if it
Oriana.
was
It's Oriana.
Oriana, okay.
That
Oh,
makes
that makes a
lot more
sense.
sense.
Okay, I was gonna say the talent pick seems really
Ah.
interesting.
Okay.
Emphasis on the int.
Yeah. That would have been an unlucky game. Okay, I actually think Clouds' teams outdrafted them here, to be honest. Like, it's a very easy to execute comp with the Ornn, the Oriana, the Caitlyn, Braum. Like, the comp's very easy to play. But I guess we'll wait and see. Like, the Warwick pick is pretty troll. I think
Nikolai signature.
that has to get ahead early, otherwise it's just going to get outscaled. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah. The Oriana pick's really good. I was worried they were actually going to commit to the talent because that would be that'd be a real issue if they were playing the full AD comp there. The Warwick just gets to build armor and he's going to become a huge problem.
For sure. The Oriana is pretty weak though to the Alistar. Like, there's not much Oriana can do.
It should
If
be
Alistar went for that
fine
one.
though, because most of the time blue side wants to be engaging, right? They've got the Ornn Horn and they've also got the Braum ult to kill
Exactly.
Alistar. So, like, if Braum like focuses on just like taking the Alistar out of the fight, they should be fine.
It's
Yeah.
more about the lane. It's more about the lane because Loki's gonna look to.
Yeah, true.
He'll basically leave his ADC on an island, and he's just gonna perma-roam to that mid lane, top lane. So
As long as Siphon and Clouds keep a good vision on the bottom side of the map and they can see where the Alistar's going,
Yeah.
Siphon should
For
be pretty
sure.
free to just farm up and as long as he's not frontlining in team fights, I don't really see any way for the Alistair to get back there.
No, for sure. Like the pressures on Loki and Bubbles' team to definitely snowball the game. If Cloud's team can just stall and farm the game, they'll outscale and win. But yeah, let's wait and see.
Especially with the Ornn items, that's gonna become a real problem.
Pretty insane.
I'm interested to see how Warwick's gonna be able to deal with Ornn at all, because I'm like, sure he heals, but I think Ornn will just be able to dictate the lane for the most part. So Orianna can just play topside and they can get rift control.
Yeah.
Pretty much throughout the game, because Fiddle can't really contest Graves at any of the camps as well.
Yeah, in terms of the jungle matchup, I imagine Clouds is going to be setting the tempo for this and just completely making the Fiddlesticks honest, and the Fiddlesticks going to have to really keep up with Graves somehow, or just be there for the counter ganks with the ridiculous ults.
Yeah, I think he just tries to play for bot side, honestly. Play for like bottom control, because I don't think they can really contest top lane.
Yeah. There might be a world where if the red side bot lane is like self-aware, Loki can just follow in Fiddlesticks and back him up, and Jhin can also just W, and then just catch Graves out.
That is true. How do you think the bot lane matchup is going to be sided to, Gus?
I think it's pretty even. Like, it's a pretty safe lane. I think Caitlyn and Braum win in the early levels, but the Jin's a really safe pick into Caitlyn, because you can clear the wave and stuff with your Q. Alistar's a pretty nice combo with the Jhin. If you ever catch Caitlyn out, you can combo her out, but I don't know. It'll be a farm lane. There's not really much gonna be going on. I'd say it's pretty even lane. It'll probably just come down to like who roams more as the support.
Are we gonna see the Caitlyn cull start? That's the question.
I mean, you can go it here. It's a pretty safe lane. The Jhin Alistar don't have huge kill threat because you have the Braum there. It's a pretty safe lane. I guess we'll wait and see.
And comp-wise, they definitely haven't backed themselves into a position where they have to, win by 20. They've just got all the scaling in the world.
I mean, the Cassio does scale pretty insanely though. That is the one thing that team's going. And Buggle's pretty good player at the moment, so if you can get a couple of items on him, he could definitely take over the game.
Ornn ult and Braum ult, surely they should be able to lock him down.
Yeah, well, if they can kill him, then they'll definitely win the fight. But you never know. If Fiddlesticks gets a flank or something with the R, it's pretty challenging as well.
I definitely do expect probably a second item of rallies from the Orianna though. They are a pretty heal-heavy team.
Yeah, the heal cut into the Fiddle.
Warwick, Fiddle, and Cassio, because Cassio naturally heals off her E a tiny bit, especially if she's running Conquer as well. But I expect her to run Phase Rush.
If it does get into the late game team fights and Cassiopeia starts getting ahead, it'll be really interesting to see if Clouds can get good smoke screens just to stop her from getting anywhere in the fights and really slowing her down.
Getting that E spam off,
Exactly,
sure.
yeah. And if Ornn's getting his ults on the Cassiopeia Jhin, if he gets both of them in the Ornn ult and then Graves can follow up with the smoke screen, that immediately just slows the fight for red side, and blue side could potentially run away with the fight before they're even out of the smoke screen.
Yeah, for sure. If they can get that CC chain onto the Cassio, then it's pretty much good night. But we'll wait and see. If Cassio gets a lead in this early game and gets a couple of items ahead, it's going to be pretty hard to stop.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have the 3-minute timer now because stand spectator mode.
Okay,
but yeah, whilst we're waiting for that, let's just talk about all the individual matchups. So we've got the Ornn into Warwick. I mean, I feel like that's going to be a pretty boring matchup. Maybe the Warwick's going to try and look to harass the Ornn, but it's Ornn. Ornn can probably kill him at any point. Ornn's a terrifying champion right now.
I think if I'm the Warwick, it's like you win the first few levels, and then I'd probably try get a Tiamat, push the wave, and try roam.
Yeah,
try
definitely.
play the map. Like Ornn doesn't really have the same map presence you do. Like sure he has TP, but if you could just keep the wave shoved in and then roam, that's probably your best bet.
If Warwick's getting the Tiamat and shoving the lane, him and the Fiddlesticks could potentially look to either invade Clouds and put him behind, or go for the double ganks into mid lane, trying to put Siphon behind early.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, Warwick has a huge map presence early, especially with the Alistar. Red team has a really mobile comp, so they can definitely impact the game early. They should be able to get early drag and rift control.
Yeah, I really expect Graves just to run away with this, because I can't really see a world in which in the 2v2 Fiddlesticks Cassiopeia at least early can contest them. Cassio's usually just mana starved until they're tier.
Yeah, definitely.
And Graves should have control of all Scuttle's Rift, and yeah, just needs to work with
When it
Orianna.
comes to the early game matchup for Graves and Fiddlesticks, Graves just outright has so much pressure and so much control in the early game. Fiddlesticks cannot contest him, especially, like I said, if the Graves is running Ignite and the Fiddlesticks and Graves are in a 1v1, the Fiddlesticks' best bet is to try and out-sustain, but what's he going to do if he's been
Just
ignited
chuck
as
down the
well?
W. Yeah,
You chuck down the
exactly.
W, like, you can't do anything. It's such a horrible matchup for the Fiddlesticks, and I think the Graves pick is really smart here.
Yeah, and the scaling. I mean, the scaling's good for both of them, but I definitely think the Grave scales a lot better than the Fiddle, especially if the game's slow and the tempo's slow and Fiddle doesn't get any like early kills, then it's definitely Graves favored for sure.
Yeah, if like you said, if the Fiddle does end up getting a couple of early kills and getting his early item spikes, then maybe the
Yeah.
Fiddlesticks will be able to push the Graves back into the jungle. But it's just based on the matchup, it doesn't look like it's going to be too easy to do. It's definitely possible, but not easy.
What about this bot lane matchup though? Like,
I was gonna say, wait, what do you think of the middle? What do you think of the Cassia
Yeah.
Orianna matchup? Like, what's
I feel like that's like just a skill matchup.
okay?
Although Cassio is like mana starved early on until her tier, after her first back, she should be able to just like ramp up the pressure, especially if she's like queuing whenever Orianna tries to last hit, she just can completely run away with the lane.
Are you expecting like a farm fest, or do you think they'll be
Um,
trading a lot?
I expect mostly just farming it out.
Yeah, go Jinx
Like
on scale.
at least till like the first back, and then Cassio can usually put the pressure on.
Okay.
Alright, guys. Well, we're underway with Game 1. We're jumping into the loading screen now. Team 3 versus Team 5. We've got Captain Clouds versus Dearth Knight. An exciting game ahead of us. It could be quite one-sided. It could go either way. Have to wait and see. We might be in for a long one too.
Clouds hasn't gone Ignite. He's gone the Smite Flash, so maybe he just looks to pick up an early Exy. An early Exy would still be fine, and it does pretty well into 3 members of the team. So if I'm Clouds, I'd probably go jungle item into Exy, or even get Exy after I finish after my first back.
Yeah, he hasn't taken the Ignite, so he's probably definitely going to be looking for the Exy, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
We've got the standard TP Flash on. TP Flash Orianna doesn't look like she's looking for anything too fancy. Same with the Cassiopeia and Warwick.
Oh, the Cull start on the Caitlyn. I like that actually, because this lane's pretty like farm heavy lane. There's not a whole lot of kill pressure on like either side here, so that's a pretty smart buy. Oh, she went lethal tempo. Okay.
How are you in the game already? What's going on here? I'm still on 0%. What's happening here? Hold on.
Someone's got a toaster, man.
Stand by for 10. Okay, now I'm in. I've put the stream up on Discord so we can all be in sync, guys. If you want to jump on that, you can see what I'm doing with the camera controls.
Oh, okay.
All right, game 1 is starting underway now. We already know what the Kate's going. A nice little have fun, good luck, everyone from the Cassio.
Wait, I'm gonna jump my game back.
I'm happy to see the Cull start, because like you said, bot lane's going to be a pretty farm lane, so the Cull start's pretty good. If it gives the Caitlyn just the freedom to farm and get that extra gold that the Jhin might miss out on.
I'm expecting an early Moby Boots rush from Loki, to be honest, or at least Swifties. I'm thinking as soon as he has enough gold for those tier 2 boots, he's going to get that and just be perma roaming.
Yeah, if Loki's getting the Moby Boots out of the gate, it will be really interesting. If he can just impact the mid lane and possibly look to harass the Graves in the jungle.
I mean, they have good setup in all the lanes. Like Warwick has CC, Cassio mid has good CC with the W, especially if you land a combo. Like there is good kill pressure in the lanes if you can get to the lanes, but we'll have to wait and see.
Looks like Cloud's putting down the early warding trinket and backing for his sweeping lens. Looks like a pretty standard side. Everyone's spread out. Both junglers starting on their blue buff. And lanes begin. So Fiddlestick's doing the blue buff start. I wonder if he's going to try and do the multiple camp clear later on.
Yeah, so you can do the double clear with the W for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone to that already. There you go. He's doing the double clear. really, really nasty on Fiddlesticks. It's really good to get that double clear off because it lets you sort of... The Graves is always going to out-clear you in terms of speed, but you'll be able to clear more camps slightly slower, and it's definitely a really big advantage in terms of just clearing.
Yeah, it's definitely a good jungle. He has a pretty easy time clearing. He's got really good self-sustain, so it's definitely a nice champ to jungle with. Okay, so bot lane, Jhin has the priority, so they're gonna hit level 2 first, but
Headshot.
both farming up pretty well.
Yeah, all lanes look like just a bit of a slow farm. Everyone wants to get level 3 early, maybe look for some fights.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy happening early. Same with top lane as well. Like we said, the Warwick's getting the priority pretty easily. He should be able to play around the Fiddlesticks and hopefully impact the middle of the map if they want to get ahead early.
Yeah, it looks like both junglers are looking for a full clear here as well. And like as you said, the Fiddlesticks is making use of the double clear, clearing Raptors in red.
Yeah,
Looks like both mid laners have opted to play pretty passive. There isn't a whole lot of trading back and forth. Mostly just want to work towards their lost chapters or tiers respectively.
yeah, I wonder if they are able to get the Cassiopeia ahead with Fiddlesticks Warwick roams, how the game state's going to look at that point, because that'll be really interesting. If their Cassiopeia's ahead early, it's going to be really rough for blue team to play around that.
Yeah, for sure. If the Cassio gets a lead, I think, especially with Boggle piloting the champ, the game will just get taken over.
Yeah, it looks like Fiddlesticks has gone for the top crab. Nothing too crazy happening.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to trade crabs, although Loki's getting vision on the crab, so they know Fiddlesticks has done top crab.
Yeah, Cloud's actually
It's
recalling,
gonna be
possibly
late.
giving
Does
up
it?
the crab.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
not
interesting.
opting to do crab's interesting. I guess
Doesn't-
he could be playing it safe just because neither lane has priority.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
doesn't have
definitely.
prior. Doesn't have prior on the bottom. It's kind of great if he goes for it.
I think he's
Yeah.
opted for the full clear, get the red smite item. That way, if he does encounter the Fiddlesticks now later down the track, he has the advantage of red smite. And Nikolai going for a good trade, but Blue Dawn might be getting the first blood here if he's not careful. Oh, it's very close, and Warwick with the Q,
wow.
getting the overheal and just living. First blood goes to the Warwick.
Here comes Graves approaching quickly though.
There you go.
Yeah,
Crabs
Graves
pick
is
up the
definitely
trade.
looking for the trade up here.
Gonna wait for the Ornn TP, which is probably the right call here.
Clouds with the smoke screen down. We do have the flashes still, but Nikolai using the big Q. Clouds is getting a bit low, and Nikolai is going for it. Good
He can
Ornn knock
Q it.
up
Oh,
there.
wow.
He's backing off though. Oh, he's flashed in. Clouds has to flash out defensively, and
Wow.
by the skin of his teeth gets out. What?
Oh,
That was ridiculous. That was almost an incredible play by the Warwick.
yeah, that's pretty bad though. Like he should have flashed away, and he would have got away with the one for nothing. But I guess he still has TP, so he's not punished super hard. But yeah, that's probably
And
not the greatest play.
He's TPing right back into the lane. If Clouds was a bit more healthy, he could have stayed and potentially punished that early TP. But Red side are going to get Prior in the bot lane and take the dragon. They know the Graves is top
Oh, the
side.
early drag, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
early
really
Infernal.
That's really smart from Red Team.
Yeah, it's definitely the right play here.
Yeah, that was a really good call.
I wonder if Graves stayed topside after the TP, could they have potentially have killed the Warwick again and essentially made the Warwick's lead nothing?
Yeah, I think for sure that would have been a really good play, but I guess Clouds didn't expect the TP back.
Yeah, like we said, Warwick picking up the early tier mat, gonna go for the Prior, and we expect to see some roams coming out of him.
Yeah.
I do wonder if Ornn will itemize into a Bramble Vest at all early.
Oh yeah, that should be.
Yeah, well, he's got the double cloth armor, so it's definitely
Yeah.
looking like a possibility.
Yeah, no, you'd hope so. The double Bramble's actually huge.
It
Warwick looking
doesn't
a
have
bit-
much effect outside of just Warwick though, because there isn't really any auto attackers.
Yeah,
on-
Warwick's looking a little bit low here
Actually,
though.
I think Ornn can snipe and kill him here with the R.
Definitely, he's opted for the Bramble Vest now. He's gonna look to engage here. I'm surprised Ornn's not going for the kill shot here. It is potential, but maybe he's just
Yeah.
respecting the Warwick ult.
Does he have the mana? He might not have the mana for it.
Yeah, his mana's
100
definitely at
mana.
the lower end.
Yeah, he's only got 100. Yeah, he get his R off, and then that's about it, I think.
Oh, but he might be able to kill him here. Warwick
Oh,
though,
here we go.
such a healthy trade, and Warwick's on its tower range though with the ultimate, forces the flash out. but he's in ult range, and now in the mid lane, Fiddlesticks on the Orianna with the Loki roam, just like we said, Cassiopeia getting the early kill.
Wait, what? I was watching top. What happened?
Yeah,
mid
so
lane,
pretty much Loki and Fiddle had just had a 3-man collapse, and somehow it looks like straight out of base they've actually approached from top side completely, where they've established 2 pink boards. So
That was,
Definitely.
that was an interesting ult by the wall.
Yeah.
We'll get a little bit of a
Dynamic
replay
power.
on the stream real quick as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's watch that back.
I'm curious to see what happens. We were so focused on the top lane. So right out of here, we see Loki. Loki's just come from around. He's come from base up to here, and him and the Fiddlesticks just look like they engage in the Orianna.
yeah, it's a flash W from Cassio into a Alistair combo.
Yeah, it's actually really
yeah,
nice.
beautiful.
There's nothing she can do. She's
Oh yeah, get out of there.
I mean, the Cassio blows the ult there. Probably didn't need to blow the ult there, but maybe she was just hoping to keep the Orianna from flashing. But at that point, you've got the Fiddlesticks there. He's going to fear her. She's pretty much dead at that point.
They trade
Yeah,
for the
it's-
Ori flash as well, so they can set up for that gank and do that play again pretty easily now. Without flash mid lane, I think Orianna's pretty exposed.
Definitely.
Okay, they actually opted for the lane swap here.
Looking to get
I-
the Rift Herald.
Yeah, I guess so. Loki gets around the map easier as well if he's sitting
Yeah,
in mid.
especially with Fiddle hitting 6 and most of his topside camps coming up, it'll actually be perfect to gank topside again, because they do have a lot of control with that pink and pixel brush
Yeah.
topside.
So we're
Yeah,
looking, the Herald's being started up by the blue side. Fiddlesticks is on the other side of the wall. He could be looking for the ult over here. Everyone's sort of starting to collapse. This could be a bit of a 4v4 team fight coming out potentially.
Boggle has TP advantage on the Orianna, so if Red decides to go for this, it's a 4v5.
Yeah,
Orianna's-
Loki's moving up. I think they're going for it. Here comes the Jin ult, and here comes the Fiddle ult. Who gets the Herald? Fiddlesticks steals the Herald, and if we look, the Fiddlesticks is down. Are they going to be able to pick up the Herald? Meanwhile, Loki's being chunked down, and Warwick is on the Ornn. The Ornn's leaving. Clouds gets taken down, and there goes the Ornn as well. This is looking like a bit of a crazy fight over here. Cassiopeia's being engaged on with the Caitlyn ult, and she's barely living. Everyone is so low this fight. And the snipe by Death Knight onto the Caitlyn, and this is going horrible for blue side now.
Oh, they're turning it. Oh no. Cassio
Yeah, I
picks up
definitely
another
think
one.
blue side could have cut their losses, but they did opt to re-engage, giving Warwick the chance to heal. Caitlyn
Yeah.
getting picked off by the Jin.
Really
They,
nice Jin W there, and they picked up the blue side picked up the Rift Herald, which they're placing mid straight away, trying to get some plates and possibly look at diving Siphon.
Yeah, and more importantly, Cassio's already 3-0, and they've dropped the Rift mid, so they're gonna have plenty of plate gold going into Cassiopeia, probably an early Seraph.
Yeah,
well.
definitely.
So that Cassio's gonna come online super early.
Look how
So
low
it's-
Warwick is though. He's just running away, barely holding on. Luckily, Clouds has already used the ultimate, so he's going to be able to get out of there pretty safely.
So we'll see what blue team does here. I think if they just make the call with bot shove to go straight to Mountain Dragon, they might be able to get it before Red can come back and contest.
Definitely. It looks like they are definitely setting up the possible dragon. However, we do have the Fiddlesticks close by. He isn't really helpful on the mana, but I think he just got the blue buff. They aren't looking to start it off straight away, though. And we've got Loki in the mid lane. He's probably looking down to roam and hopefully clear some vision so that they can set up for the possible dragon. So what do we think of the fight just before, though? So it was going pretty well for blue side initially, and then... for the red side initially, and then the blue side just sort of picked them off.
Yeah, I think blue side, there were a couple members that overextended, and they took a big damage from Caitlyn ult, and I think the fight was theirs to win, but then Blom flashed into a Warwick that allowed him to heal, instantly killing him, and then Kate got picked off by the W, because Blom wasn't body blocking, and then, yeah, it's just all over like that.
Yeah. Definitely looks like we have a bit of a dragon dance going on. We do have TP in the top lane for both, for just the Ornn, but the Warwick's about to come up. His TP's up now. The dragon has been started by the red side. They're looking to take it. Is there going to be a contest? Maybe a TP as well. We can see Caitlyn and the Braum definitely getting in position. The dragons are. Oh, and Caitlyn steals it.
Steals it.
with
That
the
is
Q.
huge.
That
and
is
Loki
insane.
letting his jungler know.
Oh, Loki
Yeah.
with the pings. What a steal. I didn't think there was going to be any contest at that point, but the Caitlyn Q on 16 health, that is really unlucky for the red side there.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a bit of a CS gap as well. Caitlyn's actually got a bit of a lead. And especially when she finishes this cull, it's actually going to be
It's going
quite
to
a
be a
bit
huge
of a
lead.
gold lead for her. Yeah.
If we're looking at the individual lane leads right now, 1k gold up in the top lane, 1k in the towards the Warwick, 1k in the jungle towards the Graves, and in the mid lane there's almost a 2k gap towards Cassiopeia, and a 500 gold gap towards the Caitlyn. It's looking a bit worrying, definitely. 1k gold lead to the red side, but a majority of that is on the Cassiopeia. So the Cassiopeia, you know, she's got her Seraphs fully built. She hasn't completed it yet. Flashing in, trying to get Siphon, and is Siphon going to poison? And Siphon dies before he can get his shield on.
Ooh.
What a play by Boggle with the flash in, poisoning the Orianna, and she just falls.
Yeah,
Definitely
Boggle
knew
is-
his champion limits. He was timed that perfectly actually.
100%. He played that really well. You know, we had the jungler coming up in the backside to try and save her, but by the time the play had happened, it was too late. How's everyone feeling about the game state right now?
I'm not entirely sure what Oriana's gonna do now. Cassio's just got a huge lead.
Yeah, Cassio's at 4 kills. Like, this is the win condition for the red team. If
So-
Cassio gets ahead in the early game like this, then she's just going to snowball the game.
Yeah, and I think Brom's early itemization needs to reflect that Cassio's ahead. I think getting Sunfire, I guess he should just complete it, but I think he definitely needs to be optimizing for the Cassio ASAP.
I mean, they have Fiddle as well. I think an early Solari is actually not bad here. Yeah, just something defensive, even a Gargoyles maybe. But, I mean, if blue team can keep scaling and like slow the game down, it's possible. But this Cassio keeps getting kills, the game's going to look pretty rough.
Yeah, like, luckily they did set back the time a bit by stealing the Mountain Drake, so the sole win condition isn't there as much, but the second Rift coming up soon, we'll see what red team does.
Yeah, the
In complete
Cassio is
control.
4-0 right now with 134 CS. It's scary. Blue team need to find a way to shut down that Cassio, get the gold onto the Orianna possibly, or the Caitlyn, and somehow, you know, get the momentum to run away with this game. If not, it's looking like red team are just going to slowly increase their lead until it's just over.
Yeah, I actually would like to see Graves focusing more on top side here, especially since Warwick's been shoved for such a large majority of it. With Ornhorn, it feels like such a free kill, especially with Rift Herald, and then they can just pressure Cassio and threaten her as well. Like,
yeah, I mean, red team have got really good vision in the river right now, so if the Graves does come, he will be spotted. But by the time he's spotted, you know, you've got the Ornhorn. If that's already gone out, the Warwick can't do much at that point. He's already going to be engaged on. He has to either go for the kill on Ornn or just fight the 2v2.
Yeah, so Red's going top again, looking for the second Herald of the game.
Yeah, they've got all 5 members on the Herald.
Free stick well. Whose bot lane hasn't moved, but they will trade bot lane tower, so it's actually not the worst here.
They're getting the first tower.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good for blue side, all things considered. I don't think they'll win the 5v5, so if they can break first tower here, it's actually really good.
It doesn't look like they're going to get the first
Warwick's
tower,
actually
and the flash onto
teleporting.
the Orianna, but Orianna flashes out in respect to Loki. Sorry, what were you saying about the Warwick?
he's actually TP'd bot to save the tower.
Yeah,
Okay,
they-
that's a really good TP, in my opinion. Because
Yeah.
now red team can use the Herald to get first tower, gold.
I definitely think that blue team not contesting the Herald was the right call, because they're in a position now that if they lose another team fight like before, the game's just over. The Cassiopeia's already got a really good lead, and it could, you know, you don't want it to get any bigger than it is now. And with the TP from the Warwick saving the bot tower, that's huge for red side.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind them grouping 5 mid and just trying to drop the Rift to crack the mid tower before Dragon and get that gold back onto Cassio. and then rotating down to Dragon while they're dealing with the Rift Herald.
Definitely, and making sure that they secure that first tower, because that bot tower is quite low. So if they're making sure they get the first tower as well as they've gotten the Herald as well, it's just such a good position for them to be in.
Yeah, looks like we got Ocean Dragon coming up. I don't know if blue team can fight. I mean, Caitlyn has the Stormrazor complete, but Jhin has IE to match that. Boggle's already on almost like 1.5 items, so it's gonna be pretty tough to out DPS the Cassio.
Yeah, and we've got the 2-level lead on the jungler though, so it's just a 1-level lead now. And here comes the Herald in the mid lane, like we were saying. They want to crack that first tower, get the first tower gold.
Considering blue side has Dragon side, they almost could just
commit one to the Dragon.
Yeah, I feel like if they had just used the Alistar to zone the Orianna from going past Raptors into mid lane, they would have just been able to
just claims it now. Blue has to answer the Herald.
Oh, but Clouds is getting caught out here. He's ulting onto the Alistar, trying to get him, but he's going to have to run away. Burns the flash. Here comes the Jhin ult and snipes him straight away first shot. Cloud's getting a bit aggressive there and paying the price for it.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
I'm not entirely sure how he ended up being that deep.
Like, yeah, he was...
know what he was going for?
I believe he was going for the flank. I don't think they knew the Alistar was in the bush, and when he dashed into the bush over the wall, he's been greeted by the Alistar, and that just gives red side the free dragon.
Oh, so it actually looks like Clouds attempted to kill the Alistar because he was clearing a ward and then just got knocked up and headbutted into his team.
I mean, he had to have known that the Alistar had the ultimate still as well. Like, even if you get onto the Alistar without being CC'd, he's still going to pop the ult and possibly just run away from you.
Yeah, he pretty much just dashed on top of him though, so I'm not sure what he was expecting there. But red side have just cleared up the dragon now.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, I'm surprised Clouds didn't just go for the dragon while the Herald was popped mid. Blue side had complete dragon side. They could have committed 1 or 2 to the dragon, quickly stolen it. They were going to lose the first mid tower anyway. They could potentially even sack the second mid tower if they wanted to just let the minions come to them and set up a deep freeze.
I mean, the play's fine. Like, if they put Herald down, blue has to answer the Herald. So red should have gone straight for the dragon. I think blue's play there was... I think Graves just sits at the back of the pit. Maybe tries to go for a steal. But yeah, they need to get some items on this Caitlyn. Otherwise, it's going to be hard to contest with that Cassio.
Yeah. Caitlyn's picked up the Stormrazors, and she's also picked up a Kershey Shard. Is she going for the rapid fire second item instead of IE possibly?
It definitely seems that way. I'm actually more worried about Ornn's itemization though. Because he's picked up the Tabby in a pretty heavy CC magic comp.
Stacking armor and
here comes the flash from Bogglefrog and takes out the Orianna straight away. Orianna barely stood a chance.
There's just nothing she can do. Like Cassio's just that far ahead. She can just flash on her will.
Boggle's got a couple of items, and as I was saying, once he gets a couple of items on that Cassio, it's going to be pretty hard to stop him, I think.
Especially with such a fed Cassio, and them getting top tower now, they're going to be able to absolutely destroy Baron if they set up the proper vision.
Yeah, Cassiopeia just burns Baron, and we've got the Leandras out on Cassiopeia and the Fiddlesticks. That Baron is not going to last long. It will be gone seconds.
Yeah, I think blue has to look for a team fight here or something. I don't think they're going to win with this like 1-3-1.
But Loki hex flashing over the wall into Clouds, knocking him up, sending him to the Jhin and the Fiddlesticks. Clouds is probably going to go here. He doesn't have flash, and Clouds is out. They can look at the Baron now. They've got no jungler for the blue side. Red side can turn to Baron, which it looks like they're going to, and with the double Leandries, they could easily take that so quickly.
Yeah, it looks like a free Baron at this point.
Yeah, it is just 2 Haunting Geysers, so it won't be as quick as...
yeah, 2 Haunting
But
Geysers.
should still be like instant with Cassio with blue, considering how fed she is.
100%. Cassio just melts Baron with her E.
No jungle on the blue side to contest this, so it'll be going over. If I'm blue, I'd be hitting mid tower right now. They need to try trade something on the map, whether it's mid tower.
They're trying to, and the Warwick's onto the Caitlyn, and he gets that really quickly. The Braum did not put his passive onto the Warwick quick enough, and they've just picked up 2. Red team pick up 2 kills on the Caitlyn and Braum for free almost.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and right now Red has just completely snowballed the game out of control.
Yeah, blue needs
getting multiple picks now, and Yeah, just
We
getting
need to group
caught.
up and go for a team fight or something.
just,
I don't think I've seen a team fight from blue team
Oh,
yet.
and a 4-man Oriana ult, but it's not going to do anything but delay the push. Bogglefrog's just running it down. He wants more kills, and here comes the Ornhorn. Are blue side going to look to commit to this? Oriana's gone in. The Fiddlesticks down onto the Oriana. Cassiopeia, though, just taking out Graves so easily. Ornn missing his dash, and they're just going to back out. But here comes the Jhin ult. They're going to block that pretty easily.
I think they, just try and force at this point, especially since red team haven't based yet.
Yeah, Oriana getting a kill there onto the Fiddlesticks is definitely good for her. Hopefully getting her some more items to get back into this game. And meanwhile, Cassiopeia just getting another kill down onto the Graves. This Cassiopeia is just getting more fed and more scary by the second and minute. It's definitely looking like a rough one.
Pretty grim at this point. I think blue team need to group up and look for that big Oriana into Ornn. I think that's the win con at this point, because at the moment they're just getting picked all over the map.
And unfortunately, the Oriana had such a good 4-man ulti under the tower.
Yeah,
But
it's unfortunate. It's just no one there to follow up. That's the sort of play they need from the Oriana. It's unfortunate they didn't have Caitlyn or Ornn or anyone else there at the time.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
and
not
Loki's coming to
entirely
high.
sure what she's aiming to build next unless it's Spellbinders, but that would be
Second item,
questionable,
Going
probably.
for the Ravage?
Well, why is she sitting on an amp tome then?
Yeah, it looks like it's
Like-
probably going to be Spellbinder at this rate.
But then why? I almost would have just preferred a Moralonomicon. Considering that like they've got a couple of squishies that would get affected by the pen, but they've got a lot of healing with Cass, Fiddle, and
There's no
Warwick.
heal cut.
Yeah.
So Graves and Caitlyn, neither of them have any heal cut. I guess Ornn has the Bramble, but you kind of want an on-hit like application.
Yeah,
I'd say
especially since Fiddle and Cass aren't even gonna ever get it because they're just
I
not
think
gonna auto
Caitlyn
attack.
should be picking up the XE. Caitlyn can't be here right now. That's illegal.
Yeah, they've given up another dragon. That's 3 dragons down onto red side. They're 1 off soul now.
Wow, it's Ocean
Caitlyn-
as well.
Yeah, Caitlyn finishing her rapid fire cannon. No IE here. Gus, can you think of any reason why you'd want to finish the rapid fire and not build the IE here?
Well, it's cheaper. Like at this point, because she's 1-2 and like 200 CS. She's
Oh,
probably
Loki
just trying to
potentially being caught out here. He's popping the ultimate. In comes the Oriana. Caitlyn just working her down. Gets the Braum passive down. And Caitlyn getting a kill there onto Loki, who's getting a bit too adventurous there.
Yeah, getting a tad too overconfident, going that deep into enemy territory with no backup.
I mean, at this point, red team's ahead. They had 3 dragons. Caitlyn just needs to build stuff to get her on the board quickly. So going rapid fire is a lot cheaper. If you go for the Infinity Storm Razor, it is better, but obviously it takes a lot more gold. And if you're behind, you want to get to that power spike pretty quick.
Yeah.
So.
So I suppose just delaying the Infinity Edge, maybe by an item or 2, just so she can get those extra
the attack
items.
speed item, yeah, exactly. It's cheaper. And at this point, the game's gonna end, so you need to get on the board quickly.
Definitely. I mean,
Yeah,
sitting on 1.5 items is going to be not very good compared to sitting on 3 weaker items would be better
Yeah,
at the end.
exactly. The 2 fully complete.
Yeah, considering Baron's coming up in about 2 minutes and Dragon in about 3.5, I really hope to see some healing cut as like the next option for Kate, because especially with Ocean Soul, yes, if they get Ocean Soul, it's pretty much over, but even
They
then,
need to pick
like,
up an exit at least
yeah,
for
you
this next
definitely
fight.
need some healing cut here.
You have Fiddle, Warwick, and a Cassio. Like it's.
Yeah. I'm still not entirely sure why he's going tabbies on Ornn. Like, I just don't feel like that auto attack damage from Warwick Jhin is that much of a threat.
The red team doesn't have a lot of AD. It's all in the magic from the Cassio and the.
And they've got
Yeah.
plenty of CC, like fears, silences,
I
slows.
think it's the classic building for lane and not the game.
Yeah, probably needs an adaptive helm, honestly.
Yeah, I would
think
agree.
he's building towards it. Is he?
He's got the crystal. I'm actually.
I
I'm pretty
think
sure that's.
I think it's Catalyst, right?
Yeah, he's got the catalyst. He's looking. I'm pretty sure he's looking at the adaptive helm.
Yeah.
We'll
Hopefully
find
he can
out
get it
certainly.
before this Baron's up. But I
Yeah.
think this would be the last ditch attempt from blue team. I think they look to try collapse on red once they start the Baron. Let them get it to about half and then look for the in-game.
Oh, and Cassiopeia looking to possibly 2v1. The Baron's coming up in 55 seconds. Bogglefrog does have his teleport up, so does the Oriana. But they're just leaving Bogglefrog to maybe look to collapse in the top side of the map.
Boggle's
Yeah,
a bit of a raid boss at this point.
Yeah,
just
I
good-
think Red's doing a brilliant job of cutting the vision off in front of Baron. giving Blue just absolutely no idea when they're going to be doing it. Well, like, they're gonna have to send someone to match Boggle, but
Ooh,
Boggle's got the TP, so...
I'm getting a good trade in the top.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the Warwick sustain is just insane. He's got the Bork. He's just gonna heal it all back. Plus his passive.
Headshot.
Gonna have to stop the Casio. I don't know if Oriana can match the Casio. I guess she can.
she can clear the wave, and yeah, she has actually opted to go the rabbit odds.
Okay, so she's holding on to the Amp Tome then. Maybe she was considering the Spellbinder and just realized it was probably not the best idea. She can just sit back in the lane, clear it, and then... I mean, they've both got TP, so they both have the potential to answer the Baron. If the Cassiopeia TP's out in the open, Oriana could always cancel the TP with the ultimate, and then either stay bot lane with her or TP to the team fight.
Yeah, it'd be pretty massive. Keeping the Casio out of the fight would be quite optimal if she can manage it.
Yes,
but...
definitely.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind Red just threatening Baron. They've got complete vision control. And they've got the Casio TP. She can literally just shove the wave TP, grab Baron, and then they could have reset and gone straight for 4th drag.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess they're just waiting for Soul. I mean, they're playing it smart, you know.
yeah.
Just play for Ocean Soul, and the game's pretty much won at that point.
Potentially not trusting the jungler to smite after what happened earlier with the steal. Could be one of those toxics.
Yeah, you don't want to coin flip it either with Baron, because you can lose the game off that.
100%. Like, I know for certain, like, whenever you're playing around the 50-50, it's if your team are, you know, you can block off the enemy jungler, you can block off the Cassiopeia as much as you want, but there's always a crack that they're going to be that someone might be able to sneak through, and it's not worth the chance. It's not worth the risk. They've got complete control of the game. Not getting the Baron here doesn't lose them the game, but potentially coin flipping it and losing it does lose them the game.
But is it a coin flip though? Having complete vision control?
I mean, if you've got complete
having
vision
Casio
control,
just shove and TP and
Ocean's coming up in a minute, like less than a minute. You may as well just play for that. Like Ocean Soul, once you get that, the game's pretty much over.
yeah, they've
Pretty
got.
much unusable.
You've got the Alistar and the Warwick who are just going to be unkillable with Ocean Soul, but it looks like Blue Side have realized this and they're potentially looking for a fight. They're all moving together. They've been spotted on the wards.
Are they
But looks like Red Team are just running it down
trading an
mid.
inhib for Soul?
I mean,
Why did they give up Dragon position? Blue just
I
walks
don't
in and takes
know.
it. That's actually grief.
That's so big. Oh
They're,
my.
they're trolling. They get a free
The hell?
Ocean Dragon and they deny Dragon
the
Soul.
What?
And Red Team don't even get the inhib, but here comes Loki engaging onto the back of the fight, and in goes the Cassiopeia, getting the ult out, doesn't stun anyone, but the Braum is taken dangerously low,
That is
Same
a
with the
huge
Caitlyn.
fiddlestick ult. though.
and oh my
Coming
goodness,
in and cleaning up the entire backline.
yeah, the
I
Fiddlesticks
guess,
just
Red
going
just-
in there.
Put all their money on the fact that they would flank and just end the game
I
instead.
think they can end.
They
Just run it
probably
down.
end here. GG coming out of both sides. That Fiddlestick Soul just was huge. It locked up the back line and just deleted them.
Well played.
Bubble
I
Frog not
guess they
getting... Sorry, you go.
Just put money on the flank with the fiddlesticks coming in mega there.
Yeah, I guess they
that was
baited
a
them into
huge-
the Dragon Pit and then just engage on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Boggle 7-0 and Casio level 17 just too good.
Yeah, completely unstoppable.
Yeah.
He's got
per minute
the,
is
he's got
just under
the
10 as well.
4 items as well in 29 minutes. He's just ridiculous to
I
kill.
mean, everyone on Red played really well. Everyone just played their
100%. That was a rough game, unfortunately, for the blue side. We'll get some interviews going in a second. But yeah, what a game. GG. Red side taking that early advantage and honestly didn't look like they were ever going to stop. Just kept running away with the game.
I mean, after that 3-man gank with the mid lane where Ori blew flash and Casio got the kill, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, and if we look at the damage charts here, it's look at Cassio's damage.
Yeah.
She's just running over everyone. Ornn actually having a lot of damage as well, but there's only so much he can do.
Yeah, no, I think all that on damage is mostly just from Warwick and him just
Yeah,
Just going
100% the entire game. They were just literally
Yeah.
standing 10 yards away from each other the entire game.
100%. They were just going at it all game. I'm surprised the Ornn didn't look to potentially kill the Warwick early on. Like we said, there were a couple situations where he could have potentially Ornn-horned and soloed him, but opting to
looks
play
like
it
he could've-
safe.
Yeah, he played it safe, which was his role, but I guess his team didn't really take advantages on the map, so maybe he should have looked to try and win harder in the 1v1, but it was a rough game.
Definitely. Let's get some of the team members in here for the interviews. We'll message Clouds. Deepak, how'd you feel that game went? Oh, you are loud.
Am I?
Yeah,
My
no,
bad.
I turned you down. No, good. I had you up on Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about some of these picks.
Oh, everyone's coming in. All right, alrighty.
Yeah, we're in hot.
Everyone, all right. Let's start with the red team. We've got Death Knight's team. Boys, how did you feel? There's a lot of people in here. How do you guys feel the game went? You guys played to your advantage, getting the Cassiopeia, fed early. Was that the plan from the get-go, or was it something that just happened?
The plan was to bring Smite.
Unlucky, yeah.
Oh, we saw the Caitlyn seal. We were wondering, did you guys not go for the second Baron when you had complete vision because you were worried about the possible lack of Smite?
Yeah,
Maybe.
pretty much.
Yeah, thanks.
Loki, I saw those pings, man. That's not very good for the team morale, dude.
Man, I just had to let him know. Gus taught me one thing, and it's put someone in their place when they fuck up.
Whoa, alright.
Well, we're glad that we provided you with such a valuable lesson.
Oh man, that was
Hey,
bit
wait,
of
hang on,
toxicity.
in his defense, he didn't miss a smite after that, did he?
No, he didn't. So you know what?
It worked. It did work.
Negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement. Does it work? We see here it does.
Can I just say that this is the first game? I think Lockie might have to get MVP here. He didn't miss an Alistar combo all game that I saw, which is the first
yeah.
time
No,
that
the
happened.
Fiddlesticks ulti at the end was 100% the MVP right there.
Oh yeah,
That
pretty
Fiddlesticks
insane.
ult.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah,
no
I was
flaws.
absent from the entire
Unfortunate.
game up until that one last ult. That was it.
Oh my god.
I trust that was the entire plan all along, though, just to flank, because
Yeah.
giving
Yeah,
up
it
so
was,
like
yeah.
that was mega grief otherwise.
No,
but it
Yeah.
definitely paid off.
We wanted to
Uh,
flank earlier, but we sort of like were a little bit slow on like pushing the mid wave and then getting behind them. They got the soul. We wanted to choke them into the pit so that we could just like wombo the fuck out of them.
I thought that might have been the case.
I'm not entirely sure why Blue Side got no anti-heal that game. though.
Yeah.
That was interesting one.
Caitlyn or the Graves, one of you should have picked up the.
Or even Mavales and Ori, but I guess she was like far behind that.
The Xy's
Well, we
easiest to
debated
get.
it. I debated getting Ori, Morales, but it was like we needed the Rabadon's damage a lot earlier. Like
Yeah.
the problem was I didn't deal enough damage, and if I built
think we
Morales, I
just didn't
wasn't going to be
have
dealing
any,
anything.
I
Yeah.
think the Xy's 800
Yeah.
gold. It's the
Yeah.
easiest way to get heal cut. So
100%.
definitely should get picked up by the K to the Graves, to be honest.
Yeah, I want to ask, Clouds, in the middle of the game, you dashed into the Alistar bush. Was that a bit of
mind
tilt?
controlled by Loki or something.
Okay, I see a bit of mind control coming out from Loki. I got you.
Would that have anything to do with a PayPal account? That might.
Wintry?
It's just a bit
No.
of a sprint. I don't know.
A bit of a turbo. That's alright. It happens. It all happens. Bit of tilt coming out.
What's the logic behind the Graves pick there? I was very surprised to see.
Just comfort, really.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was good. I think you guys drafted well. Like I like the Ornn Graves Ori. Like I think that comp was really good. It's just hard. Like once Boggle gets a lead, especially that like 3-man play in the mid lane where you killed the Orianna early. And
Yeah.
she blew flash. It was yeah. It was
Bro, the
pretty
amount
rough
of
after
times
that.
I was anticipating it, and the one time I wasn't anticipating it, it
Yeah,
came.
like-
I was
yeah, you
so
know-
sad.
yeah,
It was
exactly,
actually
yeah.
pretty smart of them to recall, clear that entire top side vision, because that was like completely pinked, and then they
Yeah.
just going from
Because
base to top
all I
side.
saw is bot side bush is being wadded, and I'm like, alright, fuck this. I reset and I run and I gank him from the top side. He never sees this coming.
That was really that was a
Yeah,
really
it was like
Yeah.
our communication was great, and I was fine with it, and I was watching you pretty much every single time you left, and then the one time I didn't fully pay attention to it, I was dead instantly.
Hey,
We
man,
had
that
to
was
check the
plan.
we had to check the replay because we saw you coming from top side. I'm like, wait, how the hell did you get there?
Yeah, no, our plan was to clutter their comms with Alistair's missing, and
It definitely
then
worked.
they had
I'll
nothing else to
tell you
do.
that much.
Yeah.
No, we
Man,
just
we just walked up
listened
and
to
down
our
bush the whole
first
game.
jungler for the whole game, and the second jungler is just absent, which is me.
Alice to the first
I mean, like,
jungler,
we
no
couldn't,
smite.
like... Yeah, we couldn't exactly get prior either because of the Fiddlesticks threat. Like the gag threat, so we were like, "Oh, do we just stay here and let you roam?" Like, or do we just like get prior?
I think
not let that happen?
issue with that though is if you're always respecting the Fiddlesticks threat, you're never going to be able to trade and potentially get a lead. So like, you got to get some deep wards and then, at least pull him out of the jungle so hey, Fiddlesticks is bot side now. Do something top.
Well, if you see that Loki's like out of lane, you guys need to like, as Caitlyn Brom, you need a hard force on that Jhin. Like you can actually dive him and stuff under tower. Like you gotta punish him for like roaming and stuff across the map.
Yeah, Dante kept up with CS like all game, like even on CS in a 2v1 lane.
Yeah, that's
kind of disgusting.
Yeah, you gotta punish the solo ADC for sure.
Only dropping CS near the end of the game, but like only 40 down, not even when you're in a 2v1 lane is incredible. Like that's really well done.
Yeah, very well played.
Yeah, so how do we feel about the team fights? The first team fight before the game really got out of control around the Herald, it started off pretty well for blue side, but then all of a sudden the Jhin sniping, snipe. We hit the smite. But also the Jhin snipe onto the Caitlyn just
the Braun sidestepping the W. That's where it went.
Yeah. That was rough.
Yeah, I in my ears, I heard everyone run and get out from Lucky, and then all of a sudden, Boggle and Dearth have killed Braum and Kayla. I'm just like, wait, I thought you guys were running. Like, I don't know what happened.
I actually don't know what happened there either. I was like, oh, I'm dead.
Oh well, I mean, it was a pretty entertaining game from our end. A lot of skirmishing in the early game, and another question we had was Ornn never going for the full commit onto the Warwick. There were a couple of moments where, when you guys were both just hit level 6, Warwick was really low on health, and you had the Ornn Horn. How come you didn't try to commit to the Ornn Horn, stun him up, and then take him out before he can get his ult off?
Well, I was just thinking, if I call it in and he holds ult and then ults me before I get to hit it, then it's not going to be good, and he's just going to kill after and heal up.
Yeah, I mean, I would understand.
You did have that early
because he can lock me up on the hit.
No, you were really smart.
Bramble for anti-heal, and I was just looking to keep him in a gankable state, I guess.
You were really smart to play really passive, and I actually didn't realize you built Bramble, because had you not, I think that play where you killed me.
When
you just took a tower hit, dude, that was unfortunate for you.
Yeah, but
on
the Bramble,
the edge of
the Bramble was
tower.
good.
The Bramble was a good rush, but you should have gone straight into Emma after that. But,
yeah, it was kind of hard. Like, we got into the team fights, and then it was like the last team fight at Drake. I had Cass and Jhin sitting there with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fit ult was too big. So
yeah, no,
unlucky.
You did well.
We have a question from a couple people in chat for Nick Lai. What do you think of the new female fan base you have accumulated through this tournament?
I think it's definitely risen, but I think most of the fan base went over to Boglepog and Lucky and just the rest of the team. It's kind of really spread.
So
but
all the females fan base has gone to all of you now.
Yeah, we've probably got a couple million fans by now, but we'll see. I haven't counted yet.
It's okay, it's no September.
The other question is, what do you think of the male fan base you've also accumulated?
I think
just for you, Nick. Just for you, Nick.
It's probably
even
just
better.
For me.
Just for you, Nick.
Ooh, I think it's just too many. Like I have no idea. I can't count it. I don't know what that number is.
Oh no, too many fans. What are you gonna do? Alright guys, like we said, really entertaining game for us today. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you for tuning in to the Scuffcast. We're going to end it there. Okay, we got one more question actually. I do want to know this. Why did you guys let him take the Warwick? Where's the respect ban?
I told him, dude.
I have no idea. I think we were just concerned about banning out other champions at a point, which we kind of forgot about. Well, we're just gonna live with it. It's all we said,
we wanted to let him grow his fan base.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think you guys did a really. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, you guys did a really good job holding me back. That was good.
Alright, no, GG's fellas. Thanks for the game.
GG's.
Yeah,
Alright,
thanks,
guys.
that was good. Have a good one.
GG's.
Thanks everyone for tuning in today. Good Scuffed cast. Team 3 versus Team 5, coming away with the win. I actually don't know which team was which side, so I can't remember. But it was a good one nonetheless. Thanks everyone for joining in. Hopefully we see our Nikolai's fan base growing some more. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning into Scuffcast.